Hi, and welcome back to another episode of Armchair Pundits. As usual, you've got myself, James, you've got Leon, you've got Daryl. How you guys doing?
Yeah,
Well,
we're good.
well, good, bro. How are you?
Boy, Liverpool lost, so not great. But we won't start with us. We'll start with a happy scenario. So you guys, with a fantastic comeback win, you guys must be
You
happy,
mean a
or
happy?
you?
You mean a happy ending? Yeah. You mean a happy
That's what I
ending?
was going to
Because
ask. Are you happy
the whole
or are you
scenario weren't
vexed?
happy.
Well, it's about happy endings right now, Car. The way that Tottenham are having to do a madness every game. Someone sent something to me about kickoff times. We seem to start our games 45 minutes after everyone else because, boy, the way we don't turn up in the first half and have to pull miracles in the second half to come out of games. Like we really let Bournemouth play football, and it doesn't make any sense why you're going to let a team like Bournemouth play football. Like Tottenham at the moment, I don't really know if it's the players that are doing it or if it's Conte's tactics, but the first halves are just a sham. And the problem is, as we've seen against the bigger teams, if you go behind against the bigger teams, you're not going to have the minerals to be able to come back and fight back. We got away with it, really, really got away with it against Bournemouth. So, Dal, I leave it to you.
Yeah. I don't know what game we was playing. Just turning up like we've been doing a lot this season. Turning up late, like you said. Second half performance. It's real slow, tentative start. And against a team like Bournemouth, you away from home, you can't be doing that. Like we gave him a two-goal lead as well. That is just mad. Was making Moore look like he was some world class striker.
Bro,
Solanke was having a field day. Like I don't know what was going on, but like you said, just got to take the positives and talk about the ending because it was a great comeback. Um, Showed some real character.
Mhm.
Not only did we equalize, but then to go on and grab the win. And from like the goal scorers as well. Not your standard goal scorers. No goal for Kane. Um, Davis popping up with a goal. Benton Core, I think he's saved us a couple of times now with last minute goals. Um, and obviously the first one from Sessegnon, um, getting forward and doing what he's supposed to do as the wing back. So, like you said, I don't know whether it's Conte's style or it's the players. I just don't understand why we just keep starting off the game so slow, so tentative, and letting teams come onto us and giving them a head start and just having to do it the hard way. Like it's not even called the hard way. It's going to become the Tottenham way because this is just so systemic of our history and always having to pull things out of fire and in the last minute and surviving and I don't know.
Is it a case
It's
of
like I
plan A
said.
not working for him? Because obviously, when you leave the change room, he has a plan, and it's almost like he tells you what to do, and that doesn't work. And he wants us to bring you back in at half time and rip that plan up and start again. That's how it feels because you come out
I
a
feel
completely
like
different team in second halves.
part of the problem, I think, James, is I don't. He's probably. Let's be honest. Conte has not. This is probably the since I think he was at like Lecce or Bari or wherever back in Italy, and even then, from a technical ability perspective, they probably are better group of
That's
players.
peak.
From a
That's a lot.
technical ability standpoint, no, you know what I mean. Technical ability. What I'm talking about, being able to
Yeah,
to
yeah, yeah.
keep possession of the ball under pressure.
Mm,
Tottenham just don't seem
Mm.
to be able to do it. And I don't think he's had a team at this level that hasn't been able to do that. So he may go into get to the start of games and be like, I want you to try and control the pace of the game, blah 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 blah. But we don't have a group of players that are confident at keeping possession of the ball when teams are putting them under pressure, and that's the issue. Like for me, with the way that we started games, it doesn't make sense for us to not just go for it for the first 10, 15 minutes of the game and then chill.
Mm.
mm,
Do you know what I mean? Why are we coming out
yeah.
so deep right from the get go? Why are we trying to play this languid style, this relaxed style football when you saw it not even just against Bournemouth, but against in the Champions League against Lisbon, against Marseille? We struggle when teams put us under pressure. So what I don't understand why we don't start on the front foot,
Mm.
then chill, and then if the team we start to invite the team onto us and counter attack, at least we're starting from a position where we may have actually scored or been able to create a few chances, not just sit back and try to suck teams in. We're not that good to be sucking teams in and thinking that we're just always going to be able to score on a counter attack, because you've seen what we've had
Do
to
you know
do in
what?
the second half to actually come back. We've put teams under pressure, and that's when we scored.
Do you know what it is? I think you're right in terms of being able to hold possession and control the game. I think that's what Conte wants us to do. He wants us to take control of the game, hold possession, and bring teams onto us. But the fact that we are not able to do that then puts us under pressure. And then I think the confidence of the one thing I have to say under Conte, the confidence of the defense to be able to hold on and survive gives us that um, belief that okay, well, it doesn't matter. They can keep coming at us, and we can keep repelling them and holding them off until we can't. Um, and fundamentally, it goes down to not being able to hold the ball. Part of that is the system,
Mm.
because when you've only got Bentancur and Højbjerg in the middle, and you're under pressure, your wing backs are just becoming fullbacks. Your defense is just still a three, and there's no one branching out from the three to join the midfield. And then your attackers are then again isolated and not getting the service or anything that they need. So it just becomes a situation where we're just conceding possession very easily and letting other teams have the run at us. And we can't continue to keep doing this. I don't know what he needs to, whether he needs to change the formation or it's just a case of the personnel. Like you said, they're not good enough to do it. I don't know. Conte has come out and said that it's not him, and some of it is down to the players. He's blatantly said that.
And we've heard that before,
So
Daryl. We've heard it before.
I was going to
yeah,
say,
there's not. Yeah,
in terms of obviously now you've heard the bad news today of Son eye socket injury. How does that leave your attack? Because now you've gone from having Kulusevski, you've gone from having what's his name who I don't like,
Charlison,
Charlton.
Son.
So now you got Son out. You're left with Kane. Any of the youngsters ready to step in, or do you now play Perisic further up the field?
We've got Gill, we've got Brian Hill, which we don't know what's going on with. Obviously, the Conte,
Untested.
there's something about it that Conte doesn't really like. But when I've seen him come on, he seems to give us some impetus going forward. So even if you give him more minutes, it's better than just trying to play Kane or playing a 3-6-1, which is kind of what I'm feeling that we're probably going to end up doing. Lucas Moura's come
I
back,
feel.
Oh
so
yeah,
he
yeah,
might
Mora's
I
he
feel
back.
the
might end up
problem
playing.
is. I feel the problem is with Conte. He wants perfection, and because Brian Gill isn't the finished article yet, um, there's times where he'll do stuff. He'll run at a player, cause problems and stuff like that. But then there's times he does it and then gives the ball away and puts us under pressure. And when Conte sees that, he's like, nah. I can't trust this guy because he wants to be able to trust you to be basically a perfectionist,
Yeah,
and that's what it's about.
But no one's done that for us
Perisic,
this
yeah,
season, really. Like
no,
Bentancur and
I
Højbjerg
think,
have been arguably our two best players this season.
yeah, Højbjerg definitely for me he's been quality, but again, you can't have the two of them in midfield by themselves
No.
because they both want to be creative. So you have to play Bazuma really, but then that
he's
takes away
still
someone from the
and
front.
he's still
So
settling in,
with
Basuma.
Son not playing, that might be the case more. You could play Perisic further up front, and I think Kulusevski shouldn't be too far off returning anyway. So hopefully it ain't going to impact us. Let's be honest, Son hasn't been in the greatest of form
Yeah,
anyway.
but
So
I guess still having him on the pitch is still
yeah,
he
of
can
course,
do
of
this,
course.
and he still
Yeah,
stretches
of course.
teams.
I think Richarlison's probably been the biggest injury miss personally.
I thought it was
for me.
Kulusevski, if I'm honest.
Yeah, definitely Kulusevski for
I
me.
thought it was Kulusevski. As soon as he went
I'm being
down, the
honest.
creativity went down.
But the difference is that that's other players not stepping up to be able to do what Kulusevski's
I don't think they've got
got
it
the
in them.
ability to
That's
do.
why they don't have the ability. He's a unique.
Well,
He's a unique
uh,
individual within your squad.
he is, he is. But with Kulusevski out, Son should
Should
be
have, yeah,
stepping up and performing,
yeah, he
and he
should have.
hasn't. Like Richarlison gives us that different dynamic up top, that energy, that chasing down, that harrying,
Mm.
that causing a problem. And at the moment, we ain't got that. And when Kane's not on it, and he's being laboured, then we pose no real attacking threat up front. And then that again causes people to then be able to come onto us and attack, knowing that our defense has got this on lock. They're not doing nothing.
So we got you this weekend, and I'll be honest, I wasn't confident until I heard the Son news, which obviously is not nice news, but in terms of football, it's one less threat for us to worry about. But I don't know, losing to Nottingham Forest was bad, but then losing to to Leeds. I know they haven't had a really bad season in terms of the performances have been decent. They just haven't put in the wins. But the goalkeeper had 9 saves to make, the most of anyone this season, and we were just naive. It actually felt like we were naive at the end. Like, and Cropper said it as much. He doesn't understand how we conceded. We had man out wide, covered by 3 players, let the ball get into the box. They were 2-1, let him get a shot off. Game should have been buried. And I just don't know.
Game should have been well buried before that anyway.
I just don't know what's happening to us.
But
Where
let's not talk about the point that you gifted in the first goal as well.
things,
Like, I don't know. I don't know if
You
like
try to back Gomez as well, and then he just goes and does
bruv,
that.
he's throwing
I
me
don't
under
know
the
if in
bus.
fantasy football he gets an assist for that because that was mad. Like, do you know what? Yeah, but I'm not even just gonna blame Gomez, right? Because unfortunately, Allison slipped,
Yeah,
but then
he
also
he. Sh-
Van Dijk's not being very
I
alert as
think
well.
I can see. I have to back Van Dijk on that because as
So
we're
we back him,
no, as in because
we back him both.
we're a positive. We're supposed to be a positive team, so he's already pushing out because it's a simple pass. Yes, he should always be alert for
Yeah,
the
but do you know what?
mistakes.
Yeah, if you look at it though,
Mm.
from the time he sees Allison kind of slip,
He
at
doesn't
that point
react.
he should be reacting, and he
He
doesn't.
wouldn't have got there, bro.
He
He
was
ain't
never
getting
getting there
there
though
because the striker was
because
already gambling on that
yeah,
closing down the keeper anyway, and
exactly.
so the point that the pass has obviously gone way wide of where Alisson's standing.
He's just
The
hoping
strikers just
that
had because he was just going to close the ball down in the first place. So Van Dijk, the only way Van Dijk is going to get there is if he decides, oh, I need to stop him from closing the ball down, but then he could impede him,
no
and
one does that. Yeah.
no, you don't.
So I don't know. Like
It's mad though. Like the games that you're losing. I know you said it last week about giving away points to
we're
bottom
Robin Hood.
table
We're
teams,
Robin Hood, man.
but the games that you're losing, like you didn't see like the Nottingham Forest loss coming. You think Liverpool back, they're gonna get that win, and then the Leeds game, you're like, Liverpool at home,
Bro, that's the first. It's the first
like I
defeat
just don't
since
understand.
2017 in front of fans. First home defeat since 2017 in front of fans. And we're prolific. I've said this even through other parts of our show. We're prolific. Like, we don't finish our chances, and it's
Yeah,
been a problem for us for years. In all honesty,
Yeah,
there's been games that we have like this, but normally it's a draw. We'll batter a team, and then somehow they'll draw a game. But now it's costing us because our defense is a bit shaky.
I was gonna say
And
you're conceding more shots on your goal than you used to
yes, and they're
in
better
this.
shots. They're better
Yeah,
shots. They're now, if you
yeah.
look at the XG, they're high XG chances. And Allison like I said, every week I've been saying,
best
Allison
players
is our player of the
this year.
season.
Yeah,
How can our goalkeeper be player of the season when we were going for a title and we're now going for top 4 and our goalkeeper's player of the season? It's just not good enough. And I don't want to harp on about it, but it's just poor planning from the top to the bottom. We knew we needed midfielders, and then we went and signed Arthur last minute. Yes, we tried to sign Lima, but it would be funny if Bayern Munich, who are the giants in Germany, were trying to sign Lima all summer, and they've been told no by Leipzig. Why would they sell them to us like last day of the window? It was just silly.
Separate league,
So, but
non-competitive.
he's their best midfielder. Why would
Yeah,
they
by
let him
far, by
go?
far.
Why would they let him
It
go
would
on
have
the
been,
last day? Like,
but you get that sign across the the window, and
if you're Man
across
United
into
or those kind of teams that would
like,
say, here's a big wad of money, we weren't going to do that.
no. But if you did get him though, that could have been a complete game changer.
The joke
So
is, he
you
got
can't
injured.
say not go
He got
for him.
injured a week after. He's been out. so he's been
It's
out.
true, it's true.
He got injured a week after. He's been out ever
Yeah, but
since.
doesn't say he'll be
I
come to
know,
you.
but it's the
Well,
irony. It's the irony of the fact that the
yeah,
guy we wanted is now injured as well. So it's just
yeah.
crazy. And I don't know. We've got 2 games left, and I can't even sit here and say we're going to win both games. Realistically, going to Tottenham, I shouldn't. We should never be saying we're going to win it because we don't really win at your ground. We may get a draw, but we don't. We're not renowned for winning at your stadium. But I don't know. Hopefully, we'll win that game. Then we'll beat Southampton, and then we go off to the World Cup in fine fettle, and then we get everyone back after the World Cup because that's our big hope now. Our big hope is that we stay in touch with you guys because we're 8 points off fourth.
Mm-hmm.
Find a way to reduce that or keep it at that, and then when we come back, Jota won't be back, but at least we'll have Diaz back. So I don't know what we're gonna do, but hopefully we pull out a win against you
The
guys.
the World Cup's going to be a game changer for everyone. We don't know what state player's going to come back in, who's going to be injured, who's not going to be injured. You know, that's the one positive I have about Tottenham is that we have depth. For once, we actually have depth. Not saying that we've got depth in quality, but at least we
We got
do
bodies.
have some form of depth in our team. So
Yeah, but Conte
that's
doesn't
Meant
he
to
doesn't
death,
like all of that
at
depth.
first.
no, he obviously doesn't. He's not happy with it. Let's be honest. What we got? When you think about it, there's I think 2 games before the January transfer window opens anyway.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I think he'll be
And
active.
Conte's already talking that he wants to spend money, some more money. So, but players got to go before he can spend money. I'm pretty sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but we can't get rid of certain man because they haven't even been performing on loan and all sorts. So boy,
Yeah,
it's gonna
and
be
I
tough.
think for you guys, James, like
We're
I
not
think
signing in January, and I really wish we would.
why would you not like
We don't.
if
Okay, we bought
You
Diaz.
said
if
that
you're the
Klopp
if you're
knows he's made a mistake. So why wouldn't he try to get that
yeah
rectified?
if the
It's not
the board knows the
it's the
situation, they know
board.
where you're at the moment. Yeah,
Mm.
they're gonna want Champions League football, and
Listen,
if they need to go and back that to make sure that
what they're gonna say,
Klopp achieves that,
is, Keita is now training, Ox is now training. If they don't get injured between now and January, you've now got Ox and Keita. And if Arthur is due to come back towards the end of the January window, then we've got 3 bodies. They'll say sell somebody, which we're not going to do, and you can buy someone. Or if our target, like happened with you guys, if a target we've got lined up is about to get bought in January, then maybe we might put our fingers out and say, okay, cool, he can't go there. We've got to take him now. And I really hope that's the case. I really hope that someone tries to buy one of our targets in January and we go and nab him. Because we all know that even if Keita and Ox last through to beginning of February, they'll get injured again at some point. And then we could possibly, not definitely, but we possibly be back to square one unless in that time we've recovered and we're on a decent run. But you can't bank on those 2 guys. And we can't bank on our owners saying, okay, cool, here's no strings attached by this player. Because everything has strings attached. Like, Diaz string attached was probably you knowing that Mane wanted to leave. So, cool, they're going to buy him, you can have him, and then summertime we get someone else. So, I really hope we buy someone because I don't want to be fighting for fourth I want to go on a run that we're comfortable and we're fighting for. It sounds silly fighting for second, but if we're fighting for second, then we're in a good we're in a good situation. But
Yeah.
time will tell.
Do you think you're talking about these lackluster misses in games and not putting things there. Do you think Mane is a massive miss in that because he was Mr. Clutch last season for you lot?
100%.
So
He's been Mr. Clutch from the day he stepped into Anfield, bro, into the club. He was our clutch player, and whenever Salah wasn't on it, Mane found something always. If it was a
do
draw,
you,
if it was a win, and don't forget we've lost Diaz and
yeah, I was about to
Jota,
say
so
you you
that's a
think
big miss.
you think Mane or Diaz you win
Oh,
these
100%.
typical games.
Yeah, even with just Jota, if Jota was playing, we win these games. But we've lost
Mm.
all three of our technically our left-sided goal scorers all gone at this very moment, and I'm hoping we go back to a 4-3-3. I think that's the most stable. But looks like we lost Milner in the Champions League. Not sure if it was concussion or if it was an injury. It was a bit confusing what happened.
Mm.
But it's another body that we've gone down. Henderson didn't play because he had an injury. So we're losing players again. So I don't even know what team we're going to have against you. We may end up having a midfield. It won't be a bad midfield, but a 4-3-3. We may end up having to go with Jones, Thiago, and Fabinho to start, and Ox playing left wing.
But to be honest with you, Fabinho and Thiago against our midfield it's going to cause us enough
The old
problems. So
Fabinho's been worn down, and he needs time to get his mojo back. Like I'm not as hard as him as other people are. Some people don't want him anywhere near our squad right now, because he's just
that's a bit mad
yeah. So
based on last season. That's
yeah,
just
but
mad.
we've run him to the ground, man. We've completely run him to the ground. So I don't know. It's going to be a tough game against you guys. I'm expecting a draw. If we win, oh man, I'll be so over the moon. But I just again, I can't see how we do that. How we break through.
Again, for me, it's going to all be down to what we do and how we
Yeah.
decide to turn up. Because if we like, we've had it against Liverpool. Remember how many times before, Leon, where Liverpool have been wounded animals. I think it was that season where it was at Wembley, and there was wounded animals, and we didn't come out and attack them like we should have. I think you'd lost quite a few games on the bounce or something like that. And we turn up, and we didn't come at you and attack you, and we ended up falling again. So now Conte's got to go to this match trying to be confident and say, look, at the moment we're inferior,
Mm.
they're inferior to us, so we need to go and get this game and win it because these are direct competition and
Direct rivals
rivals
now.
for this position. And at the moment they're wounded, they're licking their wounds. Go and finish them off, get the points. Put that gap even more. But I ain't seen us do that this season, so I'm not confident it could be anything. It
We
probably just
can't
says
invite
it's going to be
Liverpool
a
onto
draw.
us like we've done against everybody
Nah,
else.
Yeah.
That's a recipe for
nah,
disaster. Recipe for
yeah.
disaster.
Well, we'll see the result. Why we both want different things this weekend, so let
Yeah.
the best team win. Sorry for that, guys. Technical issues, but we will continue. So, as you were saying, Daryl, Leicester put up a good fight against Man City.
Yeah, Leicester showed a good account for themselves in that game. I have to say, they could have got something out of it in the end.
Mm.
They played well. They played well. Let's be honest. The difference in the game was an unbelievable free kick from De
Yeah, I
Bruyne.
know, man.
Um, it showed City to be the champions that they are because
Mhm.
you're missing your star talisman player. They looked kind of comfortable at the back. Like this is the first time you've seen their defense actually really look confident and solid.
Mm. Who Leicester's?
No,
Oh, Man City's.
cities.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah. So they seem like quite a unit.
Mm.
Even you can see them geeing each other up and stuff when blocks and stuff are being made. And when Edison was doing saves and stuff, they was really quite united and stuff. So
Yeah.
I think they maybe went into that game with the intention like, yeah, we need to keep a clean sheet, um, and we'll get a goal. And obviously through the free kick, they got an amazing free kick, like postage stamp free kick. You
It's just
don't
too
save them
much.
ones.
It's just too much to break,
Yeah,
man. Like this, I
yeah,
think midfielders wise, aesthetically, you say Thiago's close to him, but end product wise and everything else, he's out there on his own, man. In the Premier League,
yeah.
there's no one anywhere near him as a centre midfielder. And then we're just lucky that we're actually witnessing it.
Yeah,
Obviously,
it's
it's
true.
unfortunate that he's playing for Man
It's quite
City.
funny because before that game, Klopp was having a go at him, saying he wants more from him, and
Pep, you mean?
you know, sorry, Pep. Yes, still
I
thinking
wish it
about
was Klopp.
Liverpool. Why for this weekend? Now Pep was saying, obviously that he wants more from him, and
Mm.
he's like saying, he's not been as productive as he'd like, and he's expecting more. And he turned up because he had a good game, not just the free kick. He had a good game, and his interview after goes to show, yeah, I need to be improving every game.
Yeah, man.
Sometimes I haven't been on with it. Um, so yeah, it was an interesting game for a 1-0.
Yeah.
Leicester gave a good account for themselves. Bit unlucky that the volley from the corner from Tillsman, if that had gone in, could have changed the game. But 2 moments of quality there. One was saved, one
Yeah.
was unsavable,
It's a
and
weird one. I wanted to see more from Madison. I think it was the stage for Madison to actually
yeah,
to say, you know what, I want to get in this England team. I'm playing against the best team in the league, and I'm up against technically he's up against Grealish for an England squad.
yeah.
Like, let me get one up on him. And
It was it
I'm
was
not going to
quite
blame
Madison.
him because they had hardly the ball. They had 36% possession. But I
Yeah,
thought he
exactly.
might. I thought just do something, a bit of magic. That's
It was
what you
quite
need.
quiet. It was
Yeah,
quite quiet. Harvey Barnes popped up now and again with a couple of chances. But yeah, he was quite quiet for the performance he's been having this season. Madison, like you said, was quite quiet. Could have put himself in the shop window as a potential signing for City going forward, but didn't
oh,
happen.
signing for City, you
So,
reckon?
well, I can't see many other teams in the top really looking to take him on.
I
Personally,
think Arsenal
I
was the
don't think he
last team.
gets
I
into
think it gets into yours.
He'd get into ours, but he's not the kind of player that I think Conte would want.
Either yeah, the work rate, etc.
Yeah. Um, with Odegaard at Arsenal, I can't see him
Yes, that's gone
breaking
now.
into that
They
team.
wanted him last summer,
Yeah,
but it just never worked out.
yeah.
They bought Vieira
I
instead,
can't
innit?
see him. I can't see him come to you. You've got Carvalho. You've recently signed in that same kind of role, and
Yeah,
again, he probably doesn't fit your system.
he's not a true eight that we need
Yeah,
to bring back our normal style of football. So I like him as a
yeah.
player. He's just not a Liverpool player or a Klopp
He's not going
Liverpool
to.
player.
He's not going to United. They've got Ericsson and Fernandez,
Yeah, true.
and they're not going to have that.
Newcastle
They got
though.
the they. Well, yeah, I suppose so.
Newcastle,
Newcastle,
they're the next in
money
the
could
run
talk.
possibly.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess so. So, but yeah, no, it was a good. It was a good game. Leicester played well. City just did what they had to do. Got the points on the door nice and early. First game of the weekend, and yeah, put themselves top for that little period of time. So without Haaland, still achieved, but you could definitely like. I don't care what anyone says. You could definitely see there was a miss without Haaland
Yeah, because
because they
they've been
didn't
trying
seem
to
as potent.
play to Haaland, and now I was like, okay, cool. Now we have to try and see what Alvarez can do because unfortunately, it was Alvarez's chance to shine, and
He
Leicester
didn't
actually
really,
handled him quite well. Vice had
yeah,
a really good game.
didn't really show nothing. Yeah,
Yeah, and
but get
Sionchu
twisted
came
out.
back in and did
Yeah.
well as
Oh
well.
yes, Sionchu came back in and
It's
was
like
amazing.
what's
Like,
going on? Why has he not been playing all this
yeah,
time? That's
like
what he can do.
you haven't played him all this time. Then you bring him against City and he plays like that. Like if he doesn't start the next game, like
Then
I
something's
don't know
not
what's
right.
going on. Yeah,
Yeah.
something's definitely not right.
Okay,
Yeah.
so the
So
next game of the day, because that was first game of Saturday, Newcastle destroying Aston Villa, is their last game before new manager comes in. Newcastle
yeah,
are a problem. I'm sorry. I mean, they
Hey,
look so good. Like
yo,
Iggy
ca-
is just killing it right now. Amir on every game. It's almost like which goal can I
every
score
like,
better?
yeah, yeah. What show? What quality goal do you want me to score this game? From which angle? Where do you want me to, curler, bender? Like, come on, like, he's just ridiculous. And another one, yo,
We
Callum
called
Wilson,
it.
bro.
We called
Like,
it from the beginning.
Callum Wilson.
Remember, you
Yep.
said Tony or
Like,
Wilson. And I was like, nah,
yeah,
I'm picking
I
Wilson
haven't,
out of two.
Ivan Tony's under pressure right now.
Yeah, he
Like,
is.
Wilson's looking deep. And do you know what? It's nice because obviously when they signed him, um, he wasn't like a high tier striker at the time, but
Mm.
it's like one of those ones where you know that he's got
It's a good
the
signing.
ability.
And it's like,
Yeah, it's good signing. You know
can
he's
he
got
get
the
the best out of
ability.
him?
Yeah, it could have been another Dwight Gale for them.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? But like and you know the thing is like he's performing for a good team
Yeah.
because like Newcastle are good at the moment, and like the way he's playing now, Newcastle don't have to go out and say like, oh, we're gonna go and buy like this star striker
But they
because we
really,
got
what they did
the
though,
money.
well, they spent 70 million on what's his name, the Swedish kid who I've forgotten right now,
Oh,
Isaac.
Isaac, yeah,
Yeah, so
Isaac.
they've done that.
Isaac's
He's young,
they've done
but
that, but
70
Isaac's
mil.
yeah, it's a different style of player though.
I think he thinks they can play together.
He's
From listening to what he said, he thinks
yeah,
they can play
definitely,
together.
definitely, yeah, because Callum Wilson's more versatile.
Yeah,
Isaac's a straight out goal scorer. Like
that's
that's you
that's
put
a
the ball in the
potentially
back of the
scary
net.
prospect though if he can get them both.
Yeah, it is. The two of them together could be dangerous
Because
still.
right,
So
I'm trying to chase them right now as a Liverpool fan, and I don't want to see that. But
yeah,
they're
they're
getting a
looking
nice
good.
little
They're
thing there,
looking
man.
good. Villa, I don't know. 1 week you've gone from scoring +4 to next week, knowing that your new manager's coming in and conceding
But they got
4. Like
hammered.
I
They
don't
didn't
know
get a shot on
what
target.
happened.
They had three
I
shots,
don't
none
know
on target,
what
and
happened.
conceded
Like
20.
yeah, like
I
many
think
people
you say what happened
people
is
will
the
say that
levels.
Gerard took control again like for that week. I don't like I don't know the transformation between the previous week and this. Like
Now,
I don't know,
I think
man.
they were at home. To be fair, they were at home last week, away this week, and I think it was just that Newcastle were just too good. I mean,
Yeah, I
Unai
guess so.
Emery's got work on his hands, but he's actually, when you actually look at the actual squad, he's actually got a very capable squad. That
Yeah,
I
do you know
think
what?
someone like him, tactician, can get.
he's got a squad that's capable and got all the ingredients that he likes
Yeah,
as well in
to
terms of
get
the
him back to the
creativity
table
and
at
stuff like
least.
that. Yeah, so that'll be fun. It'll be interesting. It's another good manager to join in this. This battle of the top managers.
Yeah,
It
I
seems like
know.
our league in the
Prem's looking tough, man.
Premier League's just drafting all the top managers. You know, um, it's mad when you think about it now. Like you think about Ancelotti. Ancelotti was here at Everton not too long ago.
Oh yeah, for real,
Do you know what I mean?
for
Like,
real. It'd
can
imagine
you
if
imagine
he
if he,
stayed.
yeah, exactly. Can you imagine if he stayed and Everton was actually doing something? Like, God, yeah, it's crazy.
Okay,
But
so
yeah, Newcastle are frightening right now. I ain't gonna lie. Like you're trying to catch them, and we're trying to stay ahead of them
yeah,
because we didn't come back against Bournemouth, we would have been behind them. So,
oh,
jeez,
yeah, for real.
it's peak. Yeah.
So
Then
the next big result, because obviously ours was a shock result, but boy, Potter going back to Brighton, they got
yeah,
slapped. They got
slapped,
slapped, bro.
slapped. Like, do you know what? Yeah, Brian had no remorse.
Nah,
I said, yeah, okay. You know what? Have this, feel this, and come back home, and this is what we're gonna do to you. We're gonna. I don't know if the players were up for it. I don't
and they
know.
were. It was, you know, what, it was
I
comical because
just
it was an
like,
even. Looking at stats, if you looked at the stats alone, you'd be like, that was an even game. And then you look at it
yeah,
4-1, you're like, how is that 4-1? But it's no,
yeah,
it's no. It felt like to me, it felt like the players were like, you know what, you ditched us. You didn't believe in us. And then at the same time, they're like, at the same time, we know how you want to play. So we know you want to play out here. We know you want to do this. You know you want to do that.
yeah.
We're not going to have it. And at the
It
same
was
time,
classic.
I think Potter made, like, I'm hoping he continues this because playing Sterling right wing back and playing Pulisic left wing back or whichever or vice versa was madness,
I
bro. Why would
yeah,
you
I didn't
do
understand.
that?
I don't understand that at all. But he's tinkering, isn't it?
Yeah, but come
He's
on,
trying to
man.
work out and find out. You know.
Like you play, he's got two. He's
I
got
think
two
he
wing
also tried.
backs. He had he had
I,
injuries, but he's got two left wing
he had
backs.
ranges, but I think he's just trying. Do you know what? I think he generally was trying to think ahead and throw a curveball to them, like trying to confuse Brighton with what he was trying to like. Maybe he was trying to disguise the
He
formation,
confused his
or
own players, bro. Because
yeah, he did confuse his own players.
they had a lot of
And
possession and stuff, but and a lot of passing. But like I said, it was just like Brighton knew exactly what to do.
yeah, and they were like you said, they were clinical. And even like people could talk about, oh well, there's two own goals, but the own goals came from
Pressure,
pressure.
yeah,
Do you know what I mean? And let's not even forget,
quick
like
transitions.
at the start of the game, Chelsea were giving the ball away,
Yeah,
and Thiago was having to make goal line
yep.
clearances every second.
And I think also
So
the stats are skewed to a degree because at 4-1 or at 4, they were like, okay, cool.
yeah,
We didn't do much more, and then Chelsea tried to
Chelsea
take
started to come
control.
back into
Yeah,
it. Yeah,
but the game was really done.
but they was never in control of that game ever
No,
at any point. Chelsea. So yeah, it was a good result.
yeah,
I'm not gonna lie, good result for our teams. But yeah, a bit of a surprise of how convincing it was for me. Um,
is it a worry for Potter? Is it because
nah,
obviously
he's
injuries
still
because he's lost Chilwell today for a hamstring injury, so that's another injury he's got for wing back. So you might see.
come on. Look. He was at Brighton with a lot smaller squad. You know, he's not afraid to use the youngsters.
Mm,
Chelsea got a plethora of youngsters
true,
available to
true
them.
that.
Um, like he's just learning. He's trying to develop and learn his own
It's
system at
risky
Chelsea
though.
with the
That's
players that he's
risky
got.
because
It is, but
now
he's
now
probably not
he
under.
has to achieve top four and learn quick.
Is he under pressure to achieve top
Oh,
four? Do you reckon?
100%. They didn't come in and spend all that money and take his and pay out his wages for him to not get top four. Right? They can say they're looking long term, but they want long term and they want Champions League football at the same time.
Well, he's kept them in the Champions League.
Yeah, he's got them to the next round, but obviously
Yeah,
they're in a
so
similar. Well, they're not in a similar situation, but to us. But as in, at the end of the season, if they're not in Champions League, then that's trouble for Chelsea.
there's trouble for any of us top teams,
Yeah,
you know.
but
So
hopefully they don't make it. So on to the next game. We had Crystal Palace Southampton. Wasn't the most exciting game, but it was
nope.
good to see them bounce back because they've had a little sticky patch recently. Crystal Palace.
This was yeah, this was as we said before, the two
Jekyll and Hyde.
Jekyll and Hydes,
Yeah.
and it was the Jekyll and Hyde game because it was one half Palace dominated,
Hmm.
second half Southampton kind of seemed to do the same thing as they come out slow, and then second half they put teams under immense pressure.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, Southampton probably should have gone on and won that game because
Yeah,
like
you're right.
Che Adams missed two gilt edged
He
chances,
does
like
though.
1-on-1 finishing. Like it's like just put it wide of the keeper.
Yeah.
Like just why are you hitting it at the keeper? And if you're gonna hit it at the keeper, don't side foot it at the keeper. At least just blast it. He missed
Sometimes you
some
think he's got so much
gilt edged
composure,
chances, man.
and then you look at this and you think, now where is it now though?
Yeah. Do you know what? It's when he has to think about it.
Yeah.
It feels like when he has to think about it, he's got the time and he's trying to slot it or something like that. He overthinks it and doesn't get it quite right. But when he's got less time and does it off of natural instinct,
Yeah.
he's a lot better. And
And scores good
like
goals,
his
good
yeah
finishes.
his headering like in has been amazing.
Hmm.
And you're like, this guy's an all-round player, and he's got the ability. He gets into the right spaces.
Yeah.
Because he gets in spaces. He's got those chances, but those are critical chances he missed there. Like two gilt-edged chances, and he
Cost
put
them the
those
game.
both away, and it's 2-1. They won. But yeah, I think it's definitely for Palace one of those games where they wanted to get back to winning
Yeah.
ways, and
In front of their
they
own
achieved
fans.
it. So let's see if they can get back to some of that form that they had previously, which was getting them excited and that they're gonna push for mid-table and stuff like that, rather than these relegation battles that they used to.
Yep. True that.
But Vieira's doing a good job there anyway.
Yeah, I hope long may it continue. So on to the first of the two draws: Brentford Wolves. Costa being a madman, as we've seen in the past, get himself sent
Yeah,
off towards the end of the
it's
game.
nothing new. It's inevitable. It's going to happen at some point
Yeah,
this season. Isn't it? Like he's got heated a couple of times already this season. And I think it's part of the frustration of not scoring because, like, again in the game he had chances,
yeah.
um, and ones that when he was at Chelsea in form
It was gambling.
or
I mean, it was
or,
gobbling them up.
or
Sorry.
Atletico, yeah, he was putting these away left, right, and centre. But I don't know if he's just lost a little something.
Yeah, he
But
will do. He's a lot older now, man. Yeah, he hasn't played
yeah,
at this level Premier League standard for a while now.
but he looks like he's coping
In
with it.
shape, yeah,
Yeah, and he's getting the
but he's
chances.
obviously that half a step. He's a bit too low
Yeah,
for a header, a bit too high for a header, a bit
yeah,
too wide for a shot, and that's I guess that's what happens when you're in that decline phase. I guess, isn't it?
mm, yeah. I
So,
guess so.
but if they get him scoring, because they still haven't got a new manager, there's talk of Lopetegui. It could
Mm.
be a good one if they can get him. He's been okay. I won't say he's set any lights on fire in his career so far, but it could be a potentially good managerial appointment going away from the Portuguese.
Yeah, it's gonna be strange. How's he gonna deal with all of that with all these Portuguese players there? It's gonna be
Well, I guess they'll all be technically proficient, so he's used to technical players in Spain.
yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
So in that regard, that would still play towards what he wants to do.
Is it a case though he's got to keep them all happy though? Because you upset one, you might
Upset,
upset the
yeah,
whole crowd.
that's true. That's
Do
true
you know what I mean?
actually. Well, it'll be interesting because they're not in a great place right now. As in, they're look
Yeah.
at the second bottom.
If he if
They've
he
got a lot of work on.
if he does come in, he's got nothing to lose.
Yeah,
And let's be honest, like they've got a squad that's capable. If he can switch them around, get them playing in that same style, they're capable of easy
it's weird. You
coming
look
out
at
of the
it
bottom.
and you look at the league, and it feels like it's only Nottingham Forest and and I think and that's it really, and Bournemouth that you think they haven't got capable squads. The
Mm.
third team to go down, you can't really call it.
No, that's true.
But
It's wide
Brentford are
open.
so up and down right now. I was expecting more from Tony. England,
Yeah, he's gone a bit quiet.
yeah, England. I don't know if it's Gareth Southgate messing him up because he did all that getting the
No, because
goals. And
after the international duty, he came back and he was scoring
okay,
goals again,
okay, maybe it's the pressure.
proving his point.
Maybe it's the pressure because he didn't get off. He didn't get on the pitch, did he, during that period? So
Mm.
maybe it's just
I don't think that's
unfortunate.
something that would phase
Phase it.
Tony, to be
He's
honest
a
with you.
confident guy, I guess. So yeah, you're right. You're
Yeah,
right. But good goal,
and
Ben Mee. Ben Mee will never score a goal like that in his life again.
yeah,
Nice
like
bicycle kick or
scissors
scissor
kick from a
kick.
corner. Yeah, that's rather impressive. Not gonna lie. They at that point they looked like they was the only team that was gonna go on and win that. They was controlling the game at that point and um,
Neves does Neves things.
had the better chances. But then yeah, Neves back to we haven't seen that for a while now,
Nah.
but we know he's got that ability.
Hmm.
And I know we've had the conversation with Neves. You think he's wasting his talent
Yeah,
at
man.
Wolves?
He's wasting his best years at Wolves. He should be playing Champions League football for a top club. No, not Champions League football for a Porto or when I say top club, I mean in Premier League. Not
Mm.
playing as other teams. He should have
Is
left.
this
He should have left a couple of years ago.
a midfield request from James?
Listen, right now, is he quick enough to do what we need? Maybe not. I think he's probably in the. When I look at it, he's in the Tillemans bracket where I like him. He's a good midfielder, but is he going to give us? It's almost like having another Thiago in there, isn't it? We're not going to have the legs we need.
But would that be such a bad thing if you could
For
do like a
for us,
timeshare with Thiago?
if we're going to do that, then no, it wouldn't be a bad thing. But it would mean that we would have to still sign two top quality alongside him. But no, I wouldn't be vexed if we signed him. I wouldn't be like, why we signed Neves? So let's put it that way. I'll still be happy, but I'll still want one more. But we move on to the next game, the other draw, which is a ball draw.
Was it Fulham Everton?
Yeah, they cancelled each other out fully that game. The
Yeah,
Fulham probably should
and
have won it. There are a lot of shots on goal, and
yep,
Pickford made a lot of saves. Well, he only made
that
six
that
saves.
was
A lot of wayward
that was
shots.
That was England's number one Pickford that turned up today for
That
that
game,
game
yeah.
there, boy. Yeah, that Pickford was on fire. He kept Everton in the game. They built on from that, and yeah, that's the Pickford that if England and Southgate,
Want to win it.
back, want to win and back him over the summer, because I've never been a Pickford fan. I don't think he should be England number one. He's got liability moments,
Mm.
but when you perform like that and show performances like that, it's hard to say that he's not number one for a reason. So yeah, fair play. For Fulham, like if you
Impressive.
hadn't realized where they are in the table, they're picking up points
Yeah, I
and,
know.
and positions, and they're, they're going to be breathing down your necks.
Well, I would. There's no chance of him getting relegated. So he's doing a good job. In honesty,
Yeah,
he's doing a good job there. So hopefully we get our revenge when we pay them again next time. But other than that, let him continue doing what he's doing. Okay, so last two games.
yeah. On to Sunday.
So the first game on Sunday, Arsenal destroying Nottingham Forest, doing what we should have done to them with the shots that we had.
What we should have done to them. I know we won, but Arsenal went out there and showed how you're supposed to
Yeah,
put Forest away and dispatch them,
it's
and
getting harder and
it
harder.
was it was light work. They destroyed them.
Yeah,
They absolutely destroyed them.
it's getting harder and harder
The
to
only
say Arsenal can't win it because every week
it's get
they're producing.
it's getting it's getting harder to say that Arsenal ain't going to be in Champions League next year.
I
Like,
can't, there's no. I can't see them
do
dropping
you know
out.
what I mean?
It will take. I think at this stage for them to lose that, they would have to lose Jesus, lose a centre back, and lose what's his name.
Well, I think they've lost Saka, haven't they?
No, he's fit. Fantasy footballers out there, if you're listening, I've got a little thing that says he's ready to play. So
Okay,
he's alright. It wasn't as bad as they thought by the sounds of things, but
okay, and they're obviously ready to risk him, and he's ready to risk it, even though World Cup potential.
bruv, they're playing Chelsea, so they need him in it. In all honesty,
Okay,
they need him.
we'll see.
Reese Nelson came in and did his thing, and
Yeah,
those
but wow,
those two guys that actually put him in their fantasy football team as their captain. I don't know how
that's
they thought it must have been
unbelievable.
an
How
accident. It
I
must
know,
have.
I know, I know. I know. Reece James was looking for a way to find out so he could get them signed shirts. I don't know
Which
if
is a
that
nice
happened in the end,
touch,
but
but
it was a real nice touch. But was it accidental? Did they
what would
deliberately
make you think?
choose
Yeah,
it?
what would you make you think?
Like, what would make you think?
Guy
Like,
that hasn't started the Premier League game for how long? So
yeah,
it's a good little story. But no,
yeah, it's a good little
Arsenal were just
story.
so
I hope they got their shirts.
there, hopefully. But no, Arsenal were just so impressive. I mean, I've often said that Arteta has tried to mold his attack on how Klopp set up his attack.
Yeah,
He's tried it with Lacazette first, coming back into play like Firmino used to, and his wingers coming wide and coming in, and he
yeah,
upgraded it. So he's got now Jesus doing more of what Firmino used to do, and
yeah.
Harry
Because
and
Jesus didn't score,
no,
but got 2 assists and had a really solid
like
game.
Firmino used to do for us. And
You
apart
know,
from the defense, obviously they got a centre back playing right back and another centre back playing left back, so it's completely
yeah,
different in that respect. But their attack is just so potent. Like they're scoring goals
yeah,
third minute, fourth minute, fifth minute, and you sit
yeah.
there at the beginning of the game and you're like, okay, cool,
And everyone's chipping in. Like
yeah.
you've had Xhaka chipping in goals. Odegaard scored a nice goal.
Partey banging it top
Like
corner. Like,
Partey, that's obviously he had the one against us, but this one was top bins, like peach of a shot. Yeah, you can't get better than that. Like they're getting goals from Martinelli chipping in
had a
again.
Barry
He had
run
a couple games
a
where
little bit because
yeah, had a couple games where he didn't score. He's back in now. When it's like well, one of them's gonna score. If Martinelli don't score, Saka scores. If Saka don't score, you know, Martinelli will score. If Jesus don't score, Odegaard's gonna
Xhaka will get a
score.
goal.
Xhaka's gonna
Odegaard,
score.
yeah,
Like they're getting goals, and then you got a guy that ain't played in how many years come off the bench
he gets
and
two,
scored two
and
goals.
I swear he got an assist as
Like
well. I think I might
he
be
might
wrong
have
on
done,
that.
yeah. So they look like the style of play, they're gonna get
Yeah,
goals. They're gonna create chances, and anyone in their squad can put them chances away by the looks of
and
it.
they've got a strong
So
defense. Like,
yeah, and the defense is solid.
so well, it's going to be interesting to see where they end up, but it's looking like first or second. But it's a long way.
Well, like
It's still it's only just hit November, so there's still a long way to go.
I hear you, but you know what? They're showing all the good
Yeah,
signs
they
of,
are.
like, City played first, they went top. They played their game on
And
Sunday,
destroyed the team.
destroyed them, and went top.
Mm.
And that the goal difference swing four in their favor, tracking some back on City there. So yeah, Arsenal actually look really scary, really scary. If they can continue to do this, then like I said, guaranteed Champions League, and they're probably going to push City
So yeah.
quite far.
Okay, so on to another resurgent team that I'm not too happy
Yeah,
about. Man U doing it quietly. We said it. I was not happy when they got him as a manager. I was hoping it
mm,
wouldn't. I was hoping it wouldn't be this quick that they would start to improve. But obviously, with our plight, it just looks even better for them. So they're ahead
yeah,
of us now. So there's one obstacle out of the way. We take ourselves out of the way. But I don't know. More so West Ham. It's just almost like they didn't believe. He does that. Like sometimes he puts his teams out, and you think,
yeah,
do it. Like come on. Like even against Liverpool, until they got the penalty against us at Anfield, it's like they were so passive. And it's the same against Man United. They've got the talent. They need to do
yeah.
more, man. And it was disappointing in that regard.
Yeah, and even to the fact that they were still in the game so late on
Hmm.
with only one goal. Boy, Rashford, he's had a
Yeah,
resurgence. And did he want that ball more than anyone
yeah,
else?
definitely did.
What a header! He went and won that and put that in, boys. So
When he saw that
nice to
ball,
see,
that was his
nice to
England
see him.
spot. It was like that's my England spot. I'm
Yeah,
taking that. Bang.
yeah. And he deserves, because he deserves to be back in the England fold, and hopefully starting.
Because man, he hasn't
Like,
been picked since he missed the penalty. You know that.
yeah, well,
Since he missed that, obviously he's had injuries and stuff like that, and then lots of form. He hasn't played since that penalty miss for England.
yeah.
So
But you can't not take him.
yeah, I think if as long as he stays fit between now and those, well, the team's out in a couple of days, isn't it? So the squad,
Yeah,
but I'd imagine he's in there. He's in it because they've got that free extra
yeah,
now, isn't it? That they can
yeah.
add.
Surely.
But in terms of Man United, Casemiro, we all knew that it was going to be a case. He's going to solidify their midfield and their defense. But Martinez has been a surprise. How
He's been,
how good he's been.
yeah, he's adapted to Premier League so quickly, and it's been so solid. Like, when we played them, he had Kane in his
Yeah,
pocket, you know. So he's he's been really good, and it's not even just the defending. It's that first phase of the other team's attack where
yeah, he's good on the ball, isn't he?
he's yeah, good on the ball. He's coming out and locking down the opponent's attack as well before it's even
Mm.
started. Yeah, he's been a real good signing for them. Um, but yeah, they got the win. Like you said, I expected a bit more from West Ham, especially still being in the game, but it kind of looked comfortable for United, really.
Yeah, it did. But shout out though to undercover Dallo. Dallo's having a really good season. Under
Dalot's having the kind of season that made Man United buy
Brighton,
him,
yeah. I've
and he's finally maybe fulfilling that.
I've always seen a player
So
in him. Like I've always seen he's
that's
quite
another.
good, but he,
Yeah,
he,
he's
he,
good.
he just never put it together. But
Yeah,
now he's been given the confidence. I think it's been given the confidence of the manager saying, you're my number one right back. Now do it. And I don't think anyone ever
yep,
gave him that. You saw him pop up in a game or two, and then he'll have a decent performance, and then
yes,
you
yeah,
won't see him
solid
for
perform,
three
but
for three
yeah,
weeks.
yeah.
So
Well, I'll tell you what, he's another one that turned up against us and destroyed us.
mm.
Like, crazy, crazy.
Well, it's been an interesting week. Uh,
Yep.
Disappointing week for me. Obviously, for you
I'll,
guys,
I'll, t- I'll take it.
Yeah,
Look,
you take it,
Liverpool
man.
lost, Chelsea lost, and we pulled it back from 2-0 down against a very confident Bournemouth team. At half time, you couldn't see the match going anywhere
I was
else other
shocked,
than
yeah,
Bournemouth's way.
to see 2-0.
So, for us to pull it back, that was great. Yeah, obviously, City marched on. Arsenal looked devastating, and Newcastle looked like they're going to be a problem too. So it's all go at up the top. It's all a bit techie up there to say.
Well, I hope you and Leon enjoy the game. I was trying to get tickets, but I wasn't able to. So hopefully you two enjoy it.
Yeah,
But
hopefully we get the
no,
result.
you won't get the result, but hopefully you enjoy
Yeah,
it.
no. Well, if you want us to enjoy it, that means you want us to get
No,
the result because
no,
that's the only way I'm
enjoy
going to
actually
enjoy it.
watching Liverpool teach you a lesson.
I'll enjoy watching Liverpool. Okay, well, you never know.
Nah,
It's going to be one of those teams. Let's be honest. Both teams, realistically, right now, are not
100%.
playing to
Yeah,
the expected ability. Um,
that's why I think it's going to be a draw.
so
In honesty, I can see it being a 1-1.
yeah, I can see it. I can see it exactly. I can see a 1-1 draw all day as well. But we'll see.
Okay,
And obviously, the banter next week. Obviously,
with bragging
there'll be
rights.
the talk, the bragging rights on the chat next week. It's gonna be interesting. Let's see.
Well, we'll see. We'll see anyway. We'll see if we can actually do an episode right after the game somehow with
Yeah.
raw,
Okay.
with
Yeah.
raw
Sounds like a
emotions.
plan.
But we'll see if that's possible.
Yeah. Me and Liam might get a few video shots as
Yeah,
well while we're at the game, if it's going our way. Couple snippets you can add in.
yeah. Why not? Why not? Okay. Well,
All
barring
right.
the technical difficulties that we've had so far,
Yeah.
it's been a good show. Thanks again, Daryl, and
Yeah. No problem.
we'll see who wins on the weekend. Take it easy.
We will. All right. Catch you later.